Welcome to Kaumudi Global. National Security Advisor Ajit Doval on Thursday asserted that the Indian Ocean region was an important asset for the country. It is becoming competitive and has a potential for a clash of interests, and the country has to be vigilant to protect it. The NSA was addressing a meeting of the Multiagency Maritime Security Group on policy. He emphasized the significance of maritime security in an increasingly complex and challenging landscape and said that defending maritime borders is complex. During his speech, the NSA appreciated the role played by the Indian Coast Guard and the Indian Navy in strengthening the overall maritime security of the country. In national security discourse, importance of land and maritime borders are very different. You cannot fence them, put 24/7 vigilance, and concept of sovereignty in land borders is territorial and well defined. Its focus has been less, but its importance is much more. Defending our maritime borders is complex, with problems it causes and challenges it brings. But it serves several interests, especially strategic and economic. It is an important trade route globally. We have a responsibility towards neighbors, be it disaster management or security for them. We have been doing it. We recently had an example of countries coming together when Colombo Security Conclave was held to tackle maritime threats in the Indian Ocean, the NSA further said. The trajectory of this nation is well defined. We know where we are going, and when our time comes, India will not be able to become the power it deserves to be unless it has a very strong maritime system. This is perfect timing for it, said Ajit Doval. In the last few years, the government has given special attention to the maritime domain as enunciated by Prime Minister Narendra Modi in the Sagar Initiative in 2015, the announcement of India's Indo-Pacific policy in 2018, as well as growing focus on the blue economy. 95% of Indian trade by volume is maritime and routed via 12 major and over 200 non-major ports. Over 90% of our hydrocarbon requirements are met through seaborne imports and offshore production. Doval further said that with over 3 lakh fishing vessels, the maritime fisheries sector is a major contributor to the economy and livelihood of the fishing community. As India's economy grows, so will its dependence on seaborne trade and maritime resources. Securing our maritime interests from a range of threats and challenges necessitates a coordinated approach, Doval added. The meeting was chaired by the National Maritime Security Coordinator, Vice Admiral G. Ashok Kumar, retired, who assumed charge as the country's first National Maritime Security Coordinator on February 16th this year. The group has members from key central ministries, agencies and security forces dealing with maritime affairs and state maritime security coordinators representing all 13 coastal states and union territories. The CNS and deputy NSAs from NSCS were also present. In a major decision to reform coordination of maritime security affairs at the apex level, in November last year, the cabinet had approved the creation of the post of NMSC under the NSA at the National Security Council Secretariat. With this decision, a long-standing recommendation of the 2001 group of ministers report on reforming the national security system got implemented. This reform is intended to ensure a seamless approach to India's maritime security, cutting across geographical and functional domains. The constitution of the MAMSG, by bringing together diverse stakeholders at the center and coastal states and union territories, is a significant step in that direction. At the inaugural meeting, a number of crucial policy issues on maritime security were taken up, including mapping of existing orders and policies on maritime security to identify gaps, review of standard operating procedures for maritime contingencies, security of ports and coastal infrastructure, creation of a national maritime database, capacity building of coastal states and union territories, promotion of blue economy, etc. A separate session was dedicated to discussion with state maritime security coordinators. The MAMSG is envisaged to provide a standing and effective mechanism to ensure coordination of all aspects of maritime security, including coastal and offshore security, as well as fill the institutional policy, technological and operational gaps in meeting present and future security challenges. Importantly, the group will also address maritime contingencies requiring an urgent and coordinated response.